Hello, Libra, Libra, welcome to LettiSpeaks. I want to go ahead and delve into the current energies. We're going to take a look at past, present, recent past, present, and then future energies around the current issue that you could be dealing with, or situation. Doesn't have to be viewed as an issue. It could just be a situation. I also want to take a look at any challenges around this situation, around this energy, and the outcome. So I'll be using a couple of my tarot decks with a couple of my oracle cards as well to pull out messages. So Libra, I hope this day finds you well. And it's finally cooled off. Today was a hot one. Depending on where you are, I hope you were able to stay cool. Get lots of water in. That's important on these hot days. And so if you're new here, make sure that you just kind of get a feel for the energy. If you feel like it resonates with you, you can like, share, subscribe. If you feel like subscribing, then go ahead and hit the bell so you can be notified whenever new videos post or whenever I go live, okay? Let's get started. Leo, past, present, and future. Why did I say Leo? Because it starts with an L, but I meant Libra, okay? Libra, past, present, and future. Okay, I see you, Libra, coming out here. Present. All right, and let's see, present for Libra. Many. We only need one spirit. Present for Libra. Okay, it's getting kind of spicy here, Libra. Future. All right, let's take a look and see what challenges are coming in with this current situation and these current energies. Challenge for Libra. And outcome for Libra. Okay. So just to get started, we have the Six of Cups, right? And so in the past, there feels like a steamy situation, that brought a lot of satisfaction, a lot of pleasure, possibly. In the past, whatever that is, it does feel like someone else is involved here. That this person could have actually been someone that you've known for a while, some part in your childhood, possibly. Or it could just represent a very sensual experience in the past, okay? In the present, I have the Lovers. Another 6. 6 could be a significant number for you. This could represent, like, it almost feels like marriage. Maybe this person is proposing. Not sure, but we are going to clarify. But even in the past, I feel that energy intensifying. It feels more formal. In the future, I have 5 of Wands. Now, in the future, there might be some dissension, some scatteredness, some strife, right? Some possible challenges, right? What is the challenge? The challenge is the Judgment card. Some level of clarity, possibly some realization coming in. This could be around revelation of some kind. It's almost like awakening energy. You could have awakened to some information in the future. This could be future tense as well. But I do see the judgment as being the challenge. There's some level of clarity coming in, possibly that you didn't see before. The outcome is the Ten of Cups. So it feels like it actually ends up being something that you desire, okay? It ends up turning into something fulfilling, something very beautiful. You could even end up, you know, see the little belly, right? It may even end up being a expansion of this energy, right? Where there was one, now there's two. And where there was two, now there's three or more, okay? I'm hearing twins. So I'm going to go ahead and get some more energies just to clarify these energies, to find out a little bit more about what's happening in each of these areas: past, present, future, the challenge, and the outcome. And then we'll go ahead and get this message on the road, okay? Okay, Libra, let's take a look. So in the past, as we stated, we have the Six of Cups, okay? Now, sometimes the Six of Cups does talk about the past resurfacing, something from the past, something very familiar. In this deck, though, it represents a level of satisfaction and pleasure, you know, passion. As you can tell, you know, there's the wine, 6 cups of wine, and, you know, just use your imagination, you know where that went. And so in the past, there could have been, with the World and the Knight of Wands, I almost get the energy like this could have been something that started off as something not serious. Like it could have even started off like as a one-night stand or something just really casual. And this actually played for some reason, this plays a very pivotal point for you, Libra. Something about this. I don't know if maybe this was a significant event that happened, like maybe this was the very first time, maybe, because it seems like it's a very big thing. It was something that just kind of shifted the whole reality from this point forward, is how this feels with the World and the Knight of Wands. It feels like the spur of the moment type of thing that kind of ended at some point. Now, if it's not that, this could have been something that you moved towards or moved towards you. Maybe you all were in long distance and had to travel towards each other. Whatever the issue, whatever the situation this was, it's very steamy and passionate, and it served as some type of turning point for you. It was like a paradigm shift. It changed your reality in some type of way. Now, in the future, not in the future, but in the present, we have the Lovers, right? And so in the present, the Lovers is clarified by the Magician, which states there is a level of intention or desire or manifesting something, and then the 8 of Wands. And so it almost feels like there is a desire here for this, to move towards this, to move towards some type of connection, even maybe marriage, right? This definitely looks like marriage to me, some type of bond maybe even moving things forward. Maybe what started off as something very casual now in its existing state is something that's, you know, a little bit more serious, and something more stable and harmonious, something more balanced. But I do sense that a little bit of conflict around this. I don't know if it's a desire of what is wanted or the need to do the right thing, possibly. I almost get a sense of wanting to do the right thing. For some reason, I feel like someone feels like they need to do the right thing currently in the current state, right here, right now, in the present tense. There's some level of inner conflict around this present energy of the Lovers, right? Now, the Lovers is also a 6. It's also balanced. It's also not really a stage of, it's almost like the middle of a relationship, not honeymoon when you first meet and they can't do anything right? It's like the middle point. It's between that honeymoon stage and that, you know, okay, I've seen all I need to see, I'm done, right? But it's the middle where you kind of get a feel for all of the different parts of this person and they get a feel for you. And it's still, you know, workable, doable. It's still desirable, especially with the Magician here and the 8 of Inspiration. There's a desire to move it forward, but there's some type of inner conflict around this. There's like a choice being made for some reason. I don't know if you're on 2 different pages. Maybe one person wants this and the other person isn't ready. In the future, it turns into conflict. 5 of Wands. There's some type of scattered energy here, strife being carried out. It's clarified by the 4 of Emotions, the 10 of Swords, and the 8 of Emotions. And so in the future here, I feel like someone may in fact move away from the connection. There may have been a level of, with the 10 of Swords here, something went very, very wrong. Someone felt like they have not been treated, you know, fairly. And the 4 of Emotions is the sense that I deserve better. Someone is feeling that way. The 8 of Emotions is walking away to get that better, right? And so something happens here. And maybe there was a lack of understanding or just a lack of expectation. Something happens in the future where someone ends up walking away. Something happens and it possibly causes someone to lose trust. And so now the challenge here, I'm seeing, Libra, is the Judgment. Okay? The Judgment. And let me just add that, you know, we tend to watch movies that paint these beautiful pictures of relationships in our head. You know, sometimes it paints a picture that there should never be any friction. You know, there should never be any friction in the relationship or the connection. There should never be any disagreements. You know, nobody's ever, you know, getting their feelings hurt, or nobody's toes are ever stepped on. And that's just simply not true. You know, even the most aligned couples, like everything is good. They align, they agree on everything, or maybe they're the opposite in everything that she needs, he is, everything that he needs, she is, but there's still going to be some type of friction. If there is no friction in the relationship, then it's time to worry. That means something is very wrong, right? And so I don't feel alarmed because the Five of Wands showed up, this friction. I don't feel alarmed because there's a little bit of inner conflict or moral, discretion here in the present, the need for a conscious choice to be made. I don't feel, alarmed by that. That's what's supposed to happen, right? That's what it's supposed to be. I mean, if there's never ever any issues, or no one ever disagrees, or there's never any separation during the relationship, then there's need to worry. That means something's not right, like someone's not being honest. Because I don't care how good of a match you are, how aligned you are, there's going to be some friction. There should be. That's a sign of a normal relationship, right? And part of that is growing and maturing and accepting and making room for someone else. And so it's that friction that causes us to grow and mature, right? Because you go from being alone and just having to worry about yourself, and then you add someone else in the picture. So it's not just about you now. Now you have to consider someone else, and they have to consider you. And you have to bend a little bit and release some control. And they have to bend a little bit and release some control, right? You go from being two total separate entities who are fully in control of life and what they want to do and how they want to do it and when they want to do it. And you give part of that up in order to coexist with someone else. And there's friction there, right? It's normal. And so this doesn't seem abnormal. It's just showing like the energies, the stage of this connection, I feel. But the challenge is the judgment, which is some level of awakening that's happening here, or some level of awareness that's arising. Now, this awareness could definitely be within one of you in this connection, Libra. It could be you, it could be the other person as well. That awareness could be around how much like someone didn't know before this point when they were shown whatever this is. This is like a level of awakening or some awareness that has happened that's causing friction. And it's clarified by the Strength and by the King of Pentacles. Now, normally the Strength for me represents some type of cycle, because each of the Strength cards that I've seen usually has some type of infinity symbol. She's actually holding it in her hand. And the infinity symbol for me represents cycles. It represents going through cycles, around and around. Hold on one second, let me get a swig. It represents going through cycles until we've learned the lesson of that cycle in order to end it, right? And many times that cycle has a lot to do with generations, right? Things that's been handed down to us, things that we've learned, through our upbringing. And many times we're unaware of it until we actually have to share our space with someone else and coexist. And those things get confronted, or they arise as issues that need to be dealt with so you can continue to coexist with someone else, right? And so this awareness that is showing up as this challenge could be just that. It could be something that's being brought up. So either the choice will be made or the choice has been made. I feel like it's possibly, it could be either or, right? Take it as it resonates. It could be that it has been made or it will be made. There will need to be a choice made here. And I kind of lean towards present tense. It has been made, because as I look forward, well, it could be either or, really. As I look forward to the outcome of this situation, we see the Ten of Cups, which seems to insinuate that wish fulfillment has been made when it comes to relationship, right? Because not only does this show, you know, a level of fulfillment, it also shows expansion. She's touching the belly and she's pregnant. And so it shows expansion. It also could show a level of true prosperity, right? You really being able to attain what is most important to you, right? Whatever that is. It could in fact be, you know, this beautiful connection that's growing into something greater, you know, that's growing into your future. You're expanding your future. You're creating your future as we speak, which is true prosperity. And the Ten of Cups is actually clarified by the High Priestess and the Two of Swords. Yeah. Which is coming, you know, to that crossroads and making that decision. Kind of having a deep understanding of, you know, the decision that will lead you to what it is that you want. This actually could have been something that you saw coming, right? This is something that you could see from the very beginning. For some of you Libras, you could be intuitive. I do see that with the High Priestess. The person that you will be connecting with could be the one that's intuitive. But this choice, this is definitely a choice that will be made, will lead to true prosperity. And the desires of your heart, you know, it feels very beautiful. It feels deep, deeply satisfying is what it feels like. Balanced as well. The Two of Swords also beckons for you to really dig deep with the High Priestess and understand what it is that you desire. And take a look at what it is that you're bringing in right now and decide whether or not that is what it is that you are looking for. What's going to actually give you this end result of the Ten of Cups. There's a level of calling out your truth, to take a look at things realistically to see if that's what you desire. And if it actually has the potential to bring this true prosperity in for you. Okay? And so, and as all relationships do, you know, they start off as very high, you know, passion and high excitement and thrilling, you know, it's this high level of passionate energy. And then it turns more into something more, you know, grounded, And then it turns into a little bit of, tension, right? What else would keep it fresh? We need a little tension in there, a little bit of, kickback, just a little bit. And then we go to recognizing, where there's healing that needs to happen in order for this thing to be really real and to be carried out to its full potential. And then finally, we come to realize, hey, it's a matter of choice. You can have that if you're willing to put in the work and, be real. And look inside yourself with the High Priestess and the Two of Swords and really examine your motives. Why do you want this? Does this line with your values? Do you see yourself with this person 10 years from now exactly as they are right now, right? Not going into something saying, it's not what I want, but I'll change her. I'll change him. No. Do you see yourself with the person that's before you right now, long term, for the duration of this time that you're going to be with them? It's accepting the reality of what it is with this Two of Swords, standing in your truth, and so it's a beautiful, beautiful thing that I'm seeing here, Libra. And let's see. And to add on that intuitive energy, which makes it even more beautiful, That adds a level of magic to the connection. And so let's see what else Spirit wants you to know regarding this situation that has come out tonight for you, Libra. Whoever you are, this is for you. All right, anything else that Libra needs to know? What else does Libra need to know? All right, and so we're pulling from our Urban Crow Oracle deck. First off, we have caching, right? Caching. This card has come out quite often in the last few readings that I've done. And so this talks about finding ourselves either being open to releasing an idea or something that we have, or not being open, like holding it to the appropriate time, right? It talks about letting go of things and using things when we have them, and not being afraid to release them, even if it means releasing them to someone else who can use them because we're not using them. It's that kind of energy. And as you can see, what he's doing is actually placing articles of food, little food scraps extra, into the ground. And he's doing it very selflessly. Like, he's not looking around, to see if anybody else is going to come after him to get it, right? He could be very well sowing that food for someone that will come along to get it, and it's almost that kind of energy. It gives me the energy of releasing things that need to be released, not hoarding things. These could be ideas. It could be something that you have in excess. It could even be, part of you, part of yourself, part of your, emotional being, you know, sharing a part of you with someone that may need, you know, a little bit of emotional support. But there's something that Spirit may be guiding you to release. And it doesn't mean giving something up necessarily. It could actually mean that you will just be recognizing that the part of you is making room for something else, making room for something more, and or it's sowing something, right? Not really thinking of it as you giving something or losing something, but it's more along the lines of looking at it as sowing something, cashing. Yeah. And so, however that resonates, Spirit could be leading you to give something or to release something. Just keep that in mind moving forward, Libra. That could be significant for you as you move forward. It could be significant right now as you're thinking. Maybe Spirit has already been dealing with you in regards to something. And it's not always material, right? Remember, it could be an idea, it could be a thought, it could be lending support to someone that just needs it. It's being open to give, right? That's the energy here. Now with freedom, which is a different card here, there's a bird, looks like he's carrying something in the air. And the other birds could very well be watching him. And that, I feel like, is this bird kind of leaving from being perched on the branch as well. The other birds are perched on the branch. He was at a point in time too, but he gets up and he moves, right? Freedom. Being able to get up and change at any moment in time, right? This could be alluding to you being, just realizing that you are in a position where you're able to move as you desire, right? Moving allows you a whole different point of view as well. This could also allude to your ability to fly, and I'm speaking figuratively, right? You're not a tree. You're not stapled down to the ground or 10 feet, you know, down into the ground. No, you are able to move as you will, right? Spirit wants you to know that for some reason, that you are able to move, right? You're able to be flexible. And you're able to expand your horizons. You're not stuck anywhere. Even in relationship terms, you shouldn't feel stuck. You should still have a sense of freedom to do and to be and to expand as you desire, as your heart desires for you to do that. But Spirit is bringing that message to you right now. And this may in fact be just to let you know, Libra, that relationships expand us. They shouldn't restrict us or hold us down, if that's the right way that I could say that. But relationships should expand us, right? It should cause something within us to flourish. And through you understanding who you are and them understanding who they are, like I said, it should cause us to grow with someone, right? Not restrict us from growing, but it should actually cause maturity and growth to happen. And so I feel like Spirit is bringing this in just to let you know that. And even to maybe think about what areas of your life you'd like to expand your freedom in. Maybe that's something to be thinking of as well, along with whatever this could be. Like, what personal goals do you have Just because you enter into relationship doesn't mean you lose yourself and you forget about any personal goals that you have. You continue to grow. I feel like Spirit is saying that for someone. Lastly, we have displacement. Displacement. And so this one is, there's a few cards in this oracle deck that shows a bit of strife, agitation, and anger, right? I think it's very interesting that it's actually reflected in the birds, right? This one is showing the energy of anger. And things are kind of in disarray, you know, and the birds are just kind of haphazardly, looks like they're tearing, you know, things apart and scattering garbage, you know. And I feel like this card is pointing to the energy around understanding the importance of emotions, right? Because anger is definitely an emotion. Many times we are told we shouldn't display it, but it's an emotion. And I feel like emotions were given to us for a reason. And so, but it's also necessary to be aware of those emotions and how we're using them, right? We're able to be angry, but there's a thing called justified anger, where it's justified in some situations, you know, but it's also needed for you to be aware of how you use that anger, right? For instance, we need to be aware when we're lashing out on people, especially innocent people that haven't done anything to us, you know, or people that we feel like we can just trample on because they won't say nothing back, and we can just let loose on them to make ourselves feel good. We need to be aware of those type of things when it comes to the emotions. We also need to be aware of emotions that are centered around things like shame and how we view ourselves or our position within an experience that can lead to or contribute to displacement, feeling like, you know, you don't belong somewhere. Or displacement meaning, you know, needing to consider if you're actually confronting that emotion that's coming up, or if you're just allowing it to just rip, you know, let her rip on whatever happens. We just look for reasons to go off, you know. But we need to be aware of how or when there is a unleashing of emotions that are not confronted or understood. I think Spirit just wants to really hone in on the fact that yes, we have these emotions, and yes, they are real, especially when it comes to dealing with relationships and connections. All kinds of emotions are going to come up, but it's understanding why they're coming up. I feel like this is related to the judgment card, the challenge card. Why are these emotions coming up? We need to be curious about that, because that's going to play a part in our growing, right? It's going to play a part in us expanding and understanding ourselves as we grow with others, right? And it's vice versa. You're not anybody's punching bag either, right? They need to be aware of their emotions too, and not just take for granted that you're kind and you're sweet. And, you know, you don't like to argue and fight if that's the case, right? I'm just using that as an example. But they also need to be aware of their emotions, and you understanding and valuing yourself need to understand that you are not a doorknob or a doormat, and you're not anyone's punching bag. And it's almost like holding yourself accountable and holding those you're in connection with accountable as well, as they also hold themselves accountable for their emotions and also hold you accountable. And so I feel like this is what Spirit is bringing up here, because many times this is what happens, especially when we're feeling some type of shame or stress, right? That happens in relationships more times than not, and sometimes this can be an opportunity, to really try to understand and be compassionate, not being tolerant in accepting it. It's understanding it, being compassionate and empathetic, but also holding people accountable too for growth and to even understand how they're making you feel, right? And being open when people confront us about how we make them feel. It's a two-sided street. And so when it comes to relationships, this is what is needed to maintain them, right? And so Spirit is bringing this up for a reason. And so it needed to be said, obviously. And so that's what I have for you, Libra. I feel like overall it's a beautiful energy that feels like it has the potential to really be this beautiful energy, this great level of fulfillment for you. Again, it comes back to you doing that self-examination and asking those questions about yourself. What is it that you really want? What does fulfillment look like for you at the end of the day, right? It's your decision on where this goes and putting in the work, to keep it healthy. And so that's what I have here for you, Libra. Thank you so much for stopping by. This was a beautiful, beautiful reading. I love it. I love the energy. And so I am going to go ahead and close out this reading. If you enjoyed this reading, please like, share, comment. Let me know how it resonated, what you liked about it. And if you are new to my page, feel free, if you feel led, to subscribe. And if you do subscribe, Libra, I ask that you go ahead and hit the bell so that you'll be notified in case I post new content, or if I go live, I might be able to have a live conversation with you in real time. Okay? All right, it has been LettiSpeaks, and thank you for stopping by, Libra. Until next time, take care of yourself and love yourself, and all of those good things that we just talked about here. You're worth it. Okay? Bye, Libra. Love you. All right. Till next time, it's been LettiSpeaks.